am constantly looking for ways for myself and my family to uplevel our craft as traders and to add resilience and longevity into our strategy. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add an image into your TradingView charts, and I'm going to show you two really powerful ways to use that image and how doing that can add to your professionalism and seriousness as a trader, as well as ultimately put money in your pockets. Just adding this simple thing into your trading discipline can help you filter out bad trades, funnel you into good ones, as well as provide you with a gold mine of information at a glance. My name is Lori, and I'm just one of our family of 3 full-time Forex traders who make up Level 10 Trading. Now, if your goal is to take control of your financial future and to make more money in the wild world of Forex trading, hit the bell notifications here on the Level 10 Trading channel, because we upload information constantly on our favorite techniques on how to uplevel your trading skill set. TradingView makes adding an image to your chart very easy. All you need to do is come over here to your left-hand toolbar, and you're going to go to your 5th tool down, which is your annotation tools. Go to your pull-out menu. About halfway down, you're going to see the option of image. Now, I actually have mine starred because I keep it on my favorites bar up here. So you just select image, and when you select the image, you're going to have this pop-up menu, and you're going to have to choose what image you want to import. It's going to take you out to your file manager, choose your image, click open. It's going to import that image into your window here. You can alter or work with the transparency here. You can also do that after the image is imported. Say okay, and there is your image. Simple, very direct. Now, once that image is in TradingView, as you see, you can just drag it around. You have the handles here that you can size it however you want. You can put it wherever you want on your screen. I tend to stick it up on the upper right hand side of my screen while trades are playing out, or if I'm doing a recording or a screen grab for someone, I might move it around in other places, but you just put it wherever works for you. Usually for me, as trades are pulling out, I just kind of shove it in the upper right hand corner and let it stay there. Now that we have gotten our image into TradingView, let's look at 2 ways that we can use our example here of a checklist to uplevel our daily trading disciplines. Drawing checks or adding check icons to your image is really easy. Our example here with the checklist that we've developed and used for our price action course, we interact with it in that before we enter a trade, you would want to indicate what your baseline bias is calling for, what entry signals are present, as well as any confluences that you see that add depth and agreement to your trade analysis. We can do that by just coming over here to your icons menu, clicking the check mark, come back over here to your checklist, and let's say our higher time frame trend right now is for buys. We can grab another check mark here and say our trading range is also for buys. Now you can come back over here and grab another one, or you can press Control C on your keyboard and then press Control V to paste another check mark in, and then just drag it down to your buys box. You can continue to Control C to copy and paste onto your screen as you go down, or again, you can grab your check marks over from the side here. You also have the option to, on your 4th toolbar down on your geometric shapes, is you can grab the brush and you can just draw your check marks in if you would prefer that. And you can draw your check marks just like this. You can change the color. You can do whatever you want. I tend to use the icons just because I do share my trades with Discord and sometimes with other traders, and so just to kind of keep it uniform, but you can mark it up however you want. A lot of times when you are about to enter a trade, you have already mentally identified your setup, and you have usually already committed into your mind to what way you think that the market is going to go, what you think the market is going to do. And we find that sometimes taking a pause right before entry and not just mentally going through your checklist, but also physically taking that action that we just went over to add those icons to say what it is you're seeing and that is in agreement with your bias can be a really powerful thing to either uncover more agreements, a more depth to your trade bias that you might have missed, or to show you something that you might have missed that would indicate that maybe this isn't the high probability setup that you initially thought it was, and you might want to wait for further confirmation before you enter. Once you begin trading full time, if that's your goal, it can be kind of a boring and monotonous task, and a lot of times you can get on autopilot. It is essentially execute the same way over and over again for profits. Using a checklist like this is one way to be sure that you are executing exactly the same over and over using your trading edge and not allowing emotions to sway you. A lot of traders think that their strategy isn't working, but it really isn't that. It's that they aren't consistent. And a trading checklist, especially one with a really solid algorithm for your strategy, can bring that really solid execution and make your numbers actually mean something. So when it comes to attaching check marks to our images, one thing you need to know is that the icon is not going to be anchored to the image in TradingView like what you see right here. And that is a drawback for sure, one that's really easily gotten around. So look right here. If we are entering a trade and we've gone through our trading checklist and we've got our check marks exactly where we want them, but then we go scaling our TradingView chart, watch what happens to the check marks in relation to their anchor point on our checklist. If I just go over here to our price scale and just move the scale up, watch how your icons move apart from the anchored image. Now, if we bring back down, we can bring our check marks exactly where they were and our icons can come right back into place. But if we are scaling our chart, our icons are anchored to the chart, not to our checklist. And the same thing goes for if I just use my mouse wheel to zoom out vertically in our chart, you're going to see the same thing. And so if I'm zooming in and out with the mouse wheel, you're going to see that the check marks move either to the left of the checklist, to the right of the checklist, and you'll see that they don't stay anchored to the checklist. Now, again, if we were to even go down time frames right here, if we go from the hour to the 15-minute, we've gone down and now we're moving things around and you'll see the check marks. Now they stay in relation to each other fixed, but they don't stay fixed in regards to the checklist. And so again, you could even on a different time frame, you just can zoom your way back into place and now they're perfectly aligned again. So it is kind of a pain when you get them set and then you're trying to zoom or scroll your screen around. And that's why usually when I use this as a checklist, I put my icons right before I'm taking my trade or right after that I'm taking my trade when I've kind of got my viewpoint set. Now, if I know that I have my viewpoint set and I'm going to be letting this trade play out, I have no idea how long it's going to play out, but I want to see my checklist exactly like it is. Here's one really quick hack that I do so that I don't have to worry about the icons being separate or anything anymore. If you have Windows, you can go to your window here. You can go to, just look at your all apps. And if you scroll down to the S's, you're going to see your snipping tool. I use this all the time. It is one of my favorite things. When you hit your snipping tool, you're going to have this window pop up. And if you say new here, all you have to do is come over here and grab a screen grab of your trading entry checklist. It comes up in the snipping tool, and then if you come back into your TradingView screen and just hit your Control V, it's going to paste that entire clip, that entire screen grab onto your screen. And now whereas this one has all of the icons and the image separate, this is just truly a screen grab. So it's just one image. And so now what you can do is come through and you can delete the separate icons and checklist. And now as your trade is running for minutes, hours, days, just depending on your trading style, you don't have to worry. You can leave your original checklist up there if that's something that you like to see. If it's not, you can delete it off, but that's a quick way to work around everything kind of not being anchored to your image and being anchored to your chart or to its place in your chart instead. And you can see, if I look here, let me just switch back over to the hourly. You can see why that is. If I come over here to the icons again, and I just grab an icon, and let's just say I'm trying to call attention to this specific candle. I'm right here on the 1 hour, and I've said, hey, I want to look at this candle. And let's say now I go down to the 5 minute, and I'm scrolling through. If I come back over here, that icon is anchored exactly where I put it on the 1 hour, and you're going to find that the candles from here over are part of the candles that make up that 1 hour. The same thing with the 30 minute. You're going to see that that icon is anchored right there at the candle that I put it on at the 1 hour. It's going to remain in place. And so that's why the icons are always going to be anchored to the chart and not necessarily to your image. But again, for me, it's a very easy workaround. Just take that really quick screen grab, and then you can move that all around, and you can just leave that sitting there for as long as that trade is running in. And at a quick glance, you can see, wow, that was a high probability trade, and know exactly what you were seeing when you entered that trade. So now let's look at the second way that I use and suggest that you can use these checklists in your own trading. One of the disciplines that I began early on in my trading career is keeping a trading journal. Even if it is simple, of every single trade that I take, I, as a habit, take a screenshot of my trading time frame and my entry time frame, and I make sure that this checklist is in it. Doing this means that at a glance, I can tell exactly what I was seeing as I entered the trade beyond just the trade setup. I mean, of course, you're going to be able to recognize your own trade setups. You can do that almost in your sleep. But I, as a rule, go over my trades every so often, and I look for the things that are really working for me, as well as the things that maybe aren't working so well in the market right now. Market conditions change constantly. At times, there are pairs that are just rocking it, that just are going to be responding to the way that you're approaching your trading strategy and the way that you're approaching the markets beautifully. And then there's going to be times, and you may not even notice it, where you're losing trades trading a certain pair. Could be all of the pairs with the US dollar, that your win rate is going down or that your profitability is going down. And unless you go back and review, you're not going to know this. You also can have certain setups that just aren't performing as well as others. And so putting in the discipline of going back and reviewing those can be really, really powerful. Having information is invaluable and will 100% put money in your pocket. So don't sleep on keeping data on your trades. You are wanting to up-level. You are wanting to call in a career that can change your life and the lives of your family. You will need to step up and put into non-negotiable practice things that add to your experience, not only as a trader, but as an entrepreneur. And for me, when I post trades or share trades that I took with my family or the members of our Discord, they can also see right at a glance what I was seeing when I took the trade that I did. Now, after you have your trade entry checklist on your chart, you can just come right up here to the camera button, and you can either download the entire chart to your computer, or you can just copy a link to the chart image. If you copy a link to the chart image, and oh, you know what? I don't have a trading journal pulled up, so let me just grab this blank workbook right here so I can kind of show you. Okay, so Let's pretend this is our trading journal. And so now we have, as we track all of our trades, we want to insert our before image of this trading time frame. And so I would just go right here. I just copied the link and I'm just going to do Control V. I'm going to paste the link right here in Excel, or Google Docs works exactly the same. And then say now, this was my before on my 1 hour on my trading time frame, and let's say I'm going to come down here to the 5 minute, and now I want to place a before image of my 5 minute. And if I want to, I can pull in this entry checklist if I want to show it on the 5 minute. I don't usually care. Usually if it's on just one of them, that's good enough for me. But I want to see what it looked like when I entered the trade on the 5 minute. And so then I would come over here, do the same, copy the link image here, and then I will just pull this over here, and I would do my entry time frame link right here. And then once the trade is either exited or you've gotten stopped out, where you would even take screenshots at your take profit, or if you're scaling out, it just depends on how you manage your trades. But for me, just a before and after is enough. And depending on what strategy I'm trading, now recently, because I share so much of it, I take a picture of the before and after on 2 time frames, on my trading time frame and my entry time frame. But for years, I just took one screenshot on my before and one screenshot after, and I just used my main trading time frame, because you can always go back and recreate that trade easily. But what I have found now is by not having to go back and recreate that trade, it just makes it that much faster to go back and review, especially if I'm trying to hone in my strategy in some kind of way. Now, once you have this link copied, you can come into your spreadsheet and you can click on that link and it will pull up. Okay, hang on, let me pull up on this right here. It will pull up that image that TradingView saved for you. So this is an image of the screen exactly as it was when we asked TradingView to take and make that screenshot for us. So we went over 2 ways that I suggest and that can be really powerful for you as a trader to use images. And one is using it as a checklist to physically make you stop and not just roll through your trade entry and think about not only your setup, but what kind of depth is present before you enter that trade. And then 2, to use that checklist anytime you're sharing your trades with others, but also for your own quick information to let you know what you were seeing when you entered that trade. And 2, to use that as a really powerful informational tool in your trading journal. Now, TradingView has so many tools to help you as a trader, and adding an image in the form of a checklist that is interactive and dynamic while you're trading, as well as permanent when looking back at your trade history, is one of the tools that I recommend you instituting as part of your trading routine. You can learn more about what goes into the trading strategy algorithms that I create here for free on YouTube by watching the unit on my algorithm in the beginner's course on Forex trading. If you want more behind the scenes info and access to us personally to be able to ask questions and work to up-level your trading skills and get better trade results, you can check out our membership and the advanced price action strategy course. Trading is so freaking fun and awesome and worth the sacrifice and time investment. Keep putting in the work even when the going gets hard. It's just one step at a time. Let us know what you think. We love hearing from you.